Welcome back to another video, and I know it's been a really long time since I've dropped a video, but there's a reason behind that. But before we get to that reason, I want to show you guys my new to me 2007 350Z Nismo painted in Millennium Jade green. So that should let you know that the G is no more. I had to get rid of that car. It had a lot of had a frame issue, so it had to go, unfortunately, and I replaced it with one of my dream cars, 350Z Nismo 2007. It's number 626. And yeah, so in today's video, it's not really going to be a long one. Kind of just going to be going through what I've done already to this car through 2 years of ownership now, and also explaining where I've been at. So let's get into it. Now, I know I need to get a new TPMS sensor, and I also need new wheel spacers, so you're just gonna have to bear with me for a little while with having those lights up there. But now to where have I been at? The short answer is I've been at school. You know, I've been at school. I went to Norfolk State, and now I'm about to graduate, alhamdulillah. But that's where I've been at. But the longer answer is there also was no car meets out in Virginia Beach, and I was mostly focusing my time on my studies because I am an engineer. You know, I'm a STEM major, so it takes me a little bit more time to get my work done. But I also didn't really like the direction I was going with my G35 build. You know, with the base of the car that I had, you know, still blessed to have that car and to be able to have that, you know, as my car to get around, but also was just, I didn't like where I was, like the single tome that I was using with the no cats or anything. Like, it was just so loud. It was so much rasp. You know, the automatic, like everything that I was doing with that car, I just wasn't happy. You know, the suspension that I put on there, the wheels. So I made a vow with this car that I was gonna do, you know, a better job at that and actually make sure that I have the right mod. So I've really been taking a lot more attention to detail and doing a lot more research before buying mods. You know, that's one thing that I really don't want to do, is just rush into things like I did previously, and that should be a lesson to all. Don't really rush in when it comes to your car parts. Don't rush in when you're doing anything in life. Always try to think it through before you make your decisions, because they really can make you not start to not like something that you originally thought you liked. So that's kind of the main issue of where have I been at. I've kind of mostly just been not really liking the car that I was making, so I wasn't liking the content that I was making to give to you guys. Also really didn't have the money because I was a high school then college student, so I didn't really have the money to do the stuff that I wanted to do. But now, after graduation, I do have a full-time job. You know, I've already signed on for my contract, so I will have a constant stream of income to be able to build this car how I want, which is good. And also, you know, I don't want to tell you guys what I'm buying, but I am buying a performance daily, you know, for when this car is down, to have another car that I still can get around in. So it's not like it's only going to be this car on the channel. There will be another car joining it, and I think personally that it is the perfect two-car solution to have. We'll see what you guys think about that. That being said, try to give you guys a little bit sound clip of the dual tome. If you hear that, that's what that is. That is a dual tome. But I'm gonna give you guys the full rundown. Of basically everything that I have done to this car once I get to where I am going to be stopping at to show you guys. So now that I made it to my spot, this is again my 2007 350Z Nismo. And to start off, when I bought this car, it needed a lot of TLC. It was black, The wheels were not silver. They were like, the guy tried the powder coat on black and they looked horrible. He like scratched them up too. It was really bad. So I painted the car Millennium Jade Green because I mean, I really do like the R34s and Millennium Jade Green. I like the M-Spec NERS a lot. So I kind of, with this build, I want to do like, kind of like a, if 350Z Nismo had an M-Spec NER version. So of course, to start that off, I had to do Millennium Jade Green. So I got this car fully repainted in Millennium Jade, all new badges all around. I got the wheels refinished in diamond silver. And also I have the JDM spec tail lights from Nismo. These things are discontinued now. Now you find them on eBay for like $1,000, which is kind of crazy to even think that I bought these for $500 and now they're going for like $1,200. But I'm not taking them off anytime soon. I have the JDM fog light. I have the Fairlady Z badge. Of course, has Nismo badge. Got that refinished because you can't even. Again, that's a discontinued Nismo badge. They don't make it like that anymore. Fully chromed out. As I was saying in the video, I have the dual Tomei dog. Dual Tomei from Tomei Japan, not Tomei USA. I have a Motordyne Y pipe, resonated Y pipe, and I also have Burke test pipes, resonated test pipes. And I feel like that gives you the same sound of getting the art pipes, but just for a little bit of a cheaper option. And I feel like you put those two together, you basically get the same that you would get with having the art pipes. And I feel like if you have a VQ and you're going to do test pipes, they should be resonated. Like I would not buy any of those non-resonated, or you're just going to get a bunch of rasp and you really don't want that with your VQ. I have a Mishimoto intercooler in the front. Besides that, everything else is stock. I've only changed the wheels, the paint, I've done some engine stuff just to refresh it a little bit. And I've done exhaust and a lot of the cosmetics first. That's kind of what I'm going to do first with this car. I still have a couple other things I want to do. Still need to do the suspension on it because it is a little old. And yeah, just going to keep going on the process. I have really big plans for this car, and I hope that you guys join me for this. Again, as I said, I am adding another car to the collection. Well, I don't really want to call it a collection. Another car to the fleet in the coming months, like really soon, probably by June. I'll be adding that car to my fleet just to show you guys what I think is the perfect two-car solution. But yeah, just give you guys a nice little walk around Millennium Jade. I just cleaned it yesterday, so it is busting in the sunlight. Like I really love the way this color looks on the 350Z. It just gives it such a that, I feel like that JDM look more than any of the other colors really give the Z Nismo. Now I do have a carbon front hood for it. Haven't put it on yet because I'm waiting to get it painted. But I probably won't get it painted until I buy the other car, so then I can have this car down for a little bit. So, like little, I think that's a X3 40i, but with their verbal things. But yeah, so also got to get the front bumper painted because driving back and forth from Norfolk was not doing too kind on my bumper. But yeah, this is the car. Going in on the interior, the only thing I've changed is my shift knob. Change it to the Nismo aluminum shift knob. Weighted shift knob feels really nice. I also added that, as you see, number 626. My favorite part about these cars though is the dial. I am a sucker for dials. Having this silver dial here is so beautiful. As you see, I do have a bunch of models. As I said, this car did need a lot of TLC, 190,000 miles, but I will be getting this car a new motor. But it's very healthy for 190,000 miles. I could tell the guy before me really took care of this car, like maintenance wise, but not really outside wise. I mean, it's a 190,000 mile car. What do you expect? It's going to have some things, it's going to have some scratch, but I've been just working through all that stuff, and we're going to get this thing a new heart, so it's going to be breathing correctly. And I also love just looking in the rear view mirror and seeing that wing back there. It's super nice to see the wing back there. But to end it off, probably just give you guys some driving clips so you guys can hear how it sounds. Let me know if you guys want a full video on, you know, my review on the 350Z Nismo, having the actual dual Tomei, and give you guys some sound clips so you guys can have that. But without further ado, let's drive around for a little bit. I forgot to mention, I did repaint the interior. It was super scratched up really bad, so I repainted it with crayon black paint. I think it came out really nice. There's a couple spots that got scratched up again, like right here, so I just have to redo that. But besides that, I think I did a pretty good job with repainting the interior. It was like one of the first things I did on this car. I honestly think that the dual Tome to the resonated Motordyne Y pipe and the Burke resonated downpipes is like the best NA setup that you can do on a Z. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, Z's sound like trumpets, they sound horrible. You know, they're used to the people who buy like eBay exhausts or just do the straight pipes and it sounds like super raspy and super horrible. But I feel like if you actually put the money in and you put the right exhaust on the car, it sounds really good. And I feel like the dual Tome, not the US dual Tome, there's a difference between the US Tome and the Japan Tome. You know, we need to educate more people on this. The US Tome is not up to the same quality as the Japan Tome. If you're going to buy a Tome, make sure that you buy the correct Tome because there is a sound difference. And I'm about to show that right now. Sound difference. Like the dual Tome is much more cleaner than the single Tome from Tome USA. Even their new dual Tome that they came out with does not sound as good as this, does not sound as clean as this one. You don't really have that rasp that you have with the other Tome. So I would recommend, if you are going to go the Tome route, that you make sure that you buy, you know, actual Tome from Tome in Japan. And a great place to buy that from is Nengun Motorsports, I think it's called, or I think it's just called Nengun. That's where I buy all my JDM parts from. They're a great supplier for all that. You know, just have to pay a little bit more shipping, and you do have to pay the duty when it comes into the port, but I would rather do that than have a Tome USA. That being said, that is the end of today's video. I will be trying to be a lot more consistent with YouTube this time and actually posting, you know. Come back and watch more if you want to watch my journey on building this car and that next car that I will be buying soon. And also, I can tell you guys right now, there will be no clout builds. I'm not going to be chasing clout or anything like that. I'm just going to be doing what makes me happy and just, you know, showing you guys my love for cars, my enthusiasm for cars, and what I like to do with my cars. So if you're interested in that, I would say come join me on the journey. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.